The Mandela effect. I want to tell you people out there, if you are experiencing the Mandela effect, obviously there's a bunch of us, and you are completely feeling a parallel shift. It's 100% true. And I'll tell you what, I don't remember everything I'm seeing. Like, I'm not 100% sure about some things, like honeycombs cereal. I'm not sure if it was honeycomb or honeycombs, but I'll tell you a few things I'm 100% positive about. In 1984, the movie Risky Business, Tom Cruise had on dark sunglasses. That's 100% true. And when I watch the clip of him now, he even looks a little bit different. It could be because I'm older, but he did have on dark black sunglasses. It was never Captain Crunch. It was always Captain Crunch. And that's not because I understood it stood for that. It's because I saw the word Captain on Captain Crunch cereal for years. I grew up on Captain Crunch cereal. It was my favorite cereal when I was about age 9. Sally Field saying, "You like me. You really like me." She never said right now. Another one is Kennedy. He had 4 people in his car when he was assassinated. There was 4 people in the car. I did research on him about a year, 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, and I watched that video over and over and over. And there was 4 people in the car. That's a fact. These are facts. It was Sally Fields. Linda Carter was spelled Linda. Linda. Sinbad was in some stupid genie show. It was like a movie. So it was really cheesy. So I didn't see the movie, but I saw the previews. I'm trying to remember here the 100% truth. 100% truth can't be denied. The George Lopez show. It was never George Lopez. It was the George Lopez show, and it seemed a little bit more innocent. It wasn't as shiny as it looks now. See, what else? What else? I'm not sure about the Fruit Loops. That was spelled differently. Or the Fruity Pebbles. I'm not sure about those. I'm sure about the skeleton thing. About the face of the skeleton. I'm sure about that. The eyes were smaller. The bone on the nose did not prod out as big. It was a lot smaller. It barely pointed out the nose. And we did not have bone behind our eyeballs, because the skeleton always was black eyes, because there's no eyeballs there, and inside the skull it's dark. There was no bone right behind the eyeballs. That part is freaking me out the most, because that means our bodies have changed. And what does that mean if our bodies changed? Someone said the ribcage thing changed, and that scares me too, because I'm a Christian, and I'm all about Adam and Eve and the rib, and then it's like, wow, the rib thing does bother me, and I'm wondering if I don't know exactly how, if a man had one extra rib or one less rib. I think a man had one less rib than a woman, because they always said, because he gave the rib to Eve. But those are 100% facts. And there's more, but those right now I'll stay with those. Those are 100% facts. It was Captain Crunch. That's 100. I could just stay on the Captain Crunch one and go back, and I can't find no commercials on it. And that right there tells me, that alone, if that was the only thing, that would right there would already freak me out. Because I know that one, that's a big one. That one's like, that was in our house all the time. It was always Captain Crunch. So there is something happening here. And one part of me is happy because it proves that string theory is true and there's all these parallel universes. And it's kind of cool because I don't even know how I traveled here. I didn't feel any pain or anything. But in quantum physics, we're occupying the same space, yet in relativity, we're actually hundreds of millions of light years away from the Earth that we knew. That's way across universes. So in that hand, it's exciting, just the scientific part of it, how awesome God is, that he has all these parallel universes. And I have a feeling it's just to get us redeemed. Imagine if you get saved in one universe. But that's why you better make sure it's this one, because what if you're not saved in the other ones? You know what I mean? You got to think about that. And then it's also scary because we're being shifted without our permission. And I know it's because of CERN. All these people are like wondering why, how. It's like, come on now. They have CERN. They're messing with dimensions. There's a massive amount of people that shifted. You put 2 and 2 together, you get 4. You don't have to ask why. It's pretty obvious. I mean, you can look into it more, but it's either that or they have us on some alien spaceship in a hologram playing with us. And I rather believe it's CERN because I don't want to be on some alien spaceship trapped. So, but that's a fact, though. I remember the black shades on Risky Business. It was a huge thing. I'm not sure if the shirt was white. That part, I want to be honest about everything. To get to the bottom of it. But, so yeah, something has happened. And somebody made a point that ours was a little bit smarter. And I was thinking the same thing, because if you think about it, we had Captain Crunch. His name was on the box. Real simple and innocent. Our time was a little bit more innocent. Not perfect, but no way. We had a lot of problems. There was a lot of stuff going on there too. But we don't know exactly when the first shift happened. We really don't know. CERN could have been around longer than they're telling us. I don't know. I don't know exactly when it started up. But our time was more innocent, and it seems like that's a big difference. If you look at Marilyn Monroe, where I come from at least, she was chubbier. She was a little bit more innocent looking. Her beauty mark moved. In this place, it's higher up on her, towards her cheekbone. Where I'm from, it's down by her lip. It just seemed like an innocent more time, just by the movie stars, the people, the way they moved. It just seemed a lot innocent. And then even smarter too, because look at the names of stuff. A lot of things here are in the plural, from plural to singular. Like, we had Cracker Jacks, they have Cracker Jack. We had honeycombs, they have honeycomb. I think we had honeycombs, but even if I'm wrong about that one, there's a lot of examples I saw in videos that I agree with, where it went from plural to singular now. They seem here to have a gimmick where they'll grab a box of multiple stuff, and then they use a singular name for it, like Cracker Jacks. It's a box of a bunch of Cracker Jacks. You're not getting a Cracker Jack, but they call it Cracker Jack, as if you're just buying one. And that goes for like a lot of things here. And I don't know why they make a lot of plural stuff into singular, like it's cool and hip. It doesn't. It's not accurate, and it's a little bit more of a lie. We might be in a darker place. And that's the part I really don't want to admit to, but we might be in a darker place.